Hello and welcome back to episode 41 of Control. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. I don't really know what we're going to talk about this episode, because once we get through this part, it's probably going to be a whole lot of getting killed by Dylan over and over again. And then credits. No. Excuse me. Well, this is an arena. Certainly. I might not even need my gun at this point. Did I get you? I got you that time. Distract me while that exploded creeps up on me. No thanks. There's another one. There you are. Get lost. And bye-bye. Yeah. Where am I supposed to be going now? Where are my friends? I don't need to go that way. I need to go this way. Moving on? No. Come on, just give up already. Junior supervisor. Still down there? No. Yes. Somebody's down there. Yes? There we go. Well, Dylan, you son of a bitch. I don't like to talk about our mom that way, but it's time to be honest with ourselves.
Dylan's in a coma. I don't know if there's anything of him left in there. If he'll ever find his way back.
Well, he didn't turn into dust, so that's good.
The portal's been closed, but the hiss is still in the oldest house. And the lockdown can't be lifted as long as any trace of it remains. I'm working on a solution with my management team, but there is still a long road ahead.
Working with your
I'm the
management
director
team.
of the Federal Bureau of Control. We're in this together. You and I.
All right. Time for another fake out? I need to look up Courtney Hope and see if she actually looks like Jessie. And I bet if I hadn't turned off copyrighted music, there would be a cute little soundtrack playing over the credits right now. Well, I was kind of hoping that we would get a few more episodes than just those two. But that's a suitable ending. And leaves it open to continuing to play after the credits are done. Maybe we can clean up the hiss and lift the lockdown. Maybe not. I'm a little disappointed. I read that there's no New Game Plus for Control. Which is too bad because I would play the crap out of a New Game Plus. We're definitely going to have to check out Alan Wake now. And that DLC... Oh, you know, there might be another DLC that we haven't played yet. I don't think we did the Foundation. I think that tree that we found down in the sub-basement where we found Ahti on vacation was an entrance to the other DLC. The first DLC, actually, because we did the other one, which was the second. So maybe we'll do that. But yeah, the DLC that we did do hinted very strongly that that Jessie and Alan Wake are gonna meet up in another game, which lots of people seem to be speculating is going to be Alan Wake 2. And that ought to be pretty cool. I would be excited to see some more Jesse Faden adventures. Running the Bureau, going out and doing missions, encountering more SCPs. On the other hand, I do kind of wonder, it might be tough to, build a compelling overall narrative there. Which is not to say I wouldn't play it. Just, it might mean that they're hesitant to make it. So I'd been wondering what we were going to do after this because I had totally forgotten about the Alan Wake thing. I think I've already got that installed, so we could probably dive right into that. I guess we're going to have to because I've got a lot of content to get piled up before I go away for a while. So I'm going to have to get ahead. I'm also thinking that, what with Stalker 2 just being announced at E3, which I'm very excited for, might do some of the Stalker games. I don't know about I don't know about the first one. I played the crap out of the first one, and it's long. And I've only ever finished it once. The end sequences can be a real slog. But I've never finished Clear Sky, which I think is chronologically the first. So we might do that. Do a little prep for Stalker 2. And then there's a third one from the old games. I can't remember what it's called now. But I don't think I've ever even played that one. So if it takes a while for Stalker 2 to come out, we might do both of those. That'll be good. I don't know. Maybe I will do the first one again. I do really like the vibe in that one. They did a great job with the creepy underground sequences and the mysteriousness of the anomalies and the brain scorcher making people into zombies. That'd be good. You know what could be a really fun Control spin-off is something along the lines of GTFO, where you play a squad co-op game, going on missions into thresholds and stuff like that. That could be really good. Maybe there could be some kind of perk system. Yeah, sort of a roguelike maybe, where you go into stuff and retrieve objects of power and pick up perks, so you can do better on subsequent missions. I think that could be a pretty solid game. I don't have 4 friends, so I don't have 3 friends. I would be the 4th. So that'll make it hard to play. I do really want to do GTFO 2, though. Jack and Mark and Bob and Wade seem to have a lot of fun playing that. Now we're into the voice actors for other languages. Not a lot of speaking roles, are there? That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10? 10 speaking roles? That's a pretty small cast, really, for what turned out to be a fairly long game. What's a Remedy pet? Is that like a support animal? Cosmic Debris. Oh, this is the soundtrack. You know, I did find a mod that adds a New Game Plus. So I might have to do that, just so that I can turn the copyrighted music back on and see how it is with the soundtrack. I thought it had a great atmosphere even without the soundtrack. So I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't even be an improvement. Take control. The crisis is not over. Your work is not done. Oh, Director Faden, we gotta get you back into the good outfit, though.
Shawshank Redemption.
Excuse me?
That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not
When
important.
Hey, the Foundation.
That was it.
Maybe we couldn't even do the Foundation until after we finished the main game. Still floating there? Good. Carry on. Okay, well, there you go. We are not done with Control yet. Let's talk to Pope. See what she's got to say. Let's talk to everybody.
None. Looks like you got you. I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. If we could just flush out the stragglers.
Time for some cleanup action.
So, what's next for Simon Arish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau, fuck it, the entire fucking world, without some serious oversight.
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of the mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this.
Yeah, but if Polaris is gone, if Hedron is gone, then what good are the HRAs? What are they resonating with?
What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Trench was fine, but... Well, you pulled us back from the brink, so... Well, I'm honored to serve, man. I mean, fuck, shit. Phaeton. Sorry.
He'll get it one day.
Fuck shit.
So, what's the situation in my bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
And we're probably going to have to go on a hiring spree. Don't tell everybody why there are so many vacancies.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using the slide projector?
Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement. Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever going to end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
Marshall's been missing for a while now. Any ideas where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Whew. Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know? But, she was by herself, if that helps at all.
Not really, but thanks. Hopefully she turns up.
So you remember how we were just talking about people working in the shadows? Marshall doesn't get to either.
You know where I'll be.
Alright, let's change clothes in the middle of the room here. 10 ability points. Nope. Yes. Alright, well, I'll deal with ability points later.
Where are the files on parasitic entities I asked for?
I found a couple of relevant files in Dr. Darling's office.
Oh, you've got a friend.
Archives for the rest, but I'm not going through them.
Isn't that nice?
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the Hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any Hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the Hiss out for good.
That's... really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you.
You know, I think Darling might still be out there somewhere. Maybe we could retrieve him.
Do you remember Mr. Tomasi, the head of communications? The Hiss he was changed into showed up in containment, near the turntable.
I'll take care of it. That thing's not getting away this time.
I've heard reports about his particular use of language and intonation when repeating the Hiss babbling. The biological and behavioral distinctions between different Hiss-corrupted individuals is truly fascinating. I wonder if I could categorize the data.
And she's already off on her own thing.
Good.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them.
Tribal knowledge.
They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were. We won't ever be like them.
Well, it's a nice speech, Jesse, but if you don't know about their mistakes, then you can't learn from them.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. The fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm going to consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
But let her make her own judgments. I respect that.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any Hiss activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the Hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
Hostility may prove necessary.
So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the Hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the Hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the Hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
Jesse.
Me.
You.
We're all on the same page.
Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me. That's good to know. Thanks, Emily.
The magic was inside you all along.
I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Okay, so theory. I talked in the past about the idea that there are other boards and other bureaus.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
So
Please,
it could be
Emily. Not even as a joke.
There haven't been any his sightings in the Ocean View
could be
Motel.
that this whole thing has just been a skirmish in a big multi-dimensional war between these powers that be.
Any luck finding the armory? None. Looks like you gotta shift.
Anybody else I can talk to? That might be it. Gotta go find Marshall, I guess. Okay. What do we got? The Foundation. So let's go talk to the board. I'm already as close as I can get to the hotline chamber, really. We need to go upstairs.
There's no way this happened by accident. I'm telling you.
And
Director,
to
stop the hiss, right?
I did hear that, yeah. Yep, director's office. Here we go. Had I not been in here before? I thought I remembered this room. To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or home phone. Sincerely, Vice Chief of Staff. Well, you're a rather poor sport, aren't you, Mr. Vice Chief? I guess that's it. Level 3, don't care. I really thought I'd seen that before. Okay. Don't have to pick up any mail to get in this time.
Jesse Faden, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I still don't quite believe it. But you always knew where we were headed.
You spent a long time resisting before you finally gave in, Jesse. But I think it's good that you don't quite believe it. Better not to let it go to your head. I thought I picked up the phone and took it with me.
Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. I have a feeling he and Trench will be the only callers from beyond.
Is Darling on the board now? Uh-oh in Foundation. Ah, the door tree. I was right.
Problem in the Foundation. That was Auti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
All right. Let's do it. I wonder if we're going to the same place that Auti went, or if they just happen to be doorways that are near each other. I'm really glad that Jesse doesn't run out of sprint. Foundation.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti. So
And
that
here we
is
are.
the door. Okay, let's try opening it.
Well, hold up, Jesse, because we're out of time. So you're going to have to come back and see us again in episode 42 to see us open the door. And we'll find out just how much damage there is in the Foundation. Talk to you soon.